in Coral Gables. Who has that proclamation?
I believe I do.
Perfect. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you for the large print. Looking at this in the small print, we'd be here till tonight for me to read that one. Whereas the basis for continuity in any society is education. In the great state of Florida and the city of Coral Gables, the education of our youth is a priority. And whereas in order to achieve its highest goals, education must not only impart knowledge, but also teach the students how to live, forming and strengthening their moral character to make a better life for themselves as individuals and for society as a whole. And whereas the global spiritual leader, the Rabbi Menachem of Shearson of righteous memory, stressed that a moral and ethical education empowers every individual to develop their full potential, making the world a better place. And whereas such an education can nurture the unity of diverse peoples through encouraging increased acts of goodness and kindness, imbued with the awareness that even a single positive act of an individual can change the world and usher in an era of global peace. Whereas on April 19th, 2024, will mark 122 years since the Rebbe's birth, and this year begins with the celebration of the 75th anniversary of his leadership of the Chabad Lubavitch movement. Chabad is an acronym for three Hebrew words for wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. The name Lubavitch comes from the city which served as the movement's headquarters for over a century and means city of love. All of the ethical values which inform our civilization, none is more important than love. Love of wisdom, love of fellow man, love of our Creator. These values have guided the Chabad Lubavitch movement throughout its history and are the essence of education at its best. And we should be certain to pass on this precious heritage to all young Americans. And whereas Education and Sharing Day is observed each year on Rebbe's birthday in recognition of his outstanding and lasting contributions toward the improvement of education, morality, and acts of charity around the world, a day to pause and reflect upon our responsibility to ensure our youth have the foundation necessary to lead lives rich in purpose and fulfillment through the service and good works. Now I, Vince Mayer, as Mayor of Coral Gables, along with the members of our City Commission, do hereby proudly proclaim April 19th, 2024 as Education and Sharing Day in Coral Gables.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Rabbi, will you please join us? Good morning. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you. Thank you for making this request. It's great. You can never have enough.
We have two Chabad chapters here in Coral Gables, one here on Ponce de Leon Boulevard and one at the University of Miami. And this is Rabbi Mendy Felig and myself, Rabbi Stolik. Just to share some brief remarks about, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor and Vice Mayor, all the commissioners, all the members of the commission for this tremendous honor. With this proclamation, Coral Gables proudly joins the president, governors in dozens of states, and hundreds of cities and townships in designating the Rebbe's birthday, which is always celebrated 4 days before Passover, as Education and Sharing Day, in tribute to his outstanding dedication to education. The Rebbe taught that education in general should not be limited to the acquisition of knowledge and preparation for a career alone. Instead, the educational system must pay more attention, indeed the main attention, to the building of character with emphasis on moral and ethical values. The Rebbe emphasized that every individual, and in fact every individual action, has an impact on the entire universe and instills the hope for a brighter future into the lives of countless people across the globe. Since 1978, the U.S. Congress has designated Education and Sharing Day on the Rebbe's birthday as a time to pause and to recognize the responsibility that our young people have the foundations necessary to lead rich lives in purpose and fulfillment. Education and Sharing Day is about creating conversations. It's about conversations we have with our children around the dinner table, the conversations we have with our students in the classrooms, and the conversations that we have day in and day out that can have an impact on the hearts and minds of our young ones. The Rebbe taught that in truth, every person is an educator, and we must be mindful of our ability to impact the lives of others. Although April 19th has been set aside as Education and Sharing Day, its theme and message is relevant every day of the year. Even today, let us reflect on our collective obligation and opportunity to enhance the true education of our children, to serve as the proper role models, and to make concrete action to bring more goodness and kindness to the world, to our world. May God bless your efforts to make a brighter future in our city beautiful and beyond, and may the merit of your crucial work welcome God's blessings in your personal lives as well for good health, success, and happiness. Thank you very much for this great honor.
Thank you, Rabbi. Please. No, we want to.
You said that never enough rabbis. I think you inspired us to open another chapter in Coral Gables. So stay tuned.
We welcome it. We welcome it. Thank you, Rabbi, as always, for being a guiding light in this community, especially during some of the most difficult times that our community has faced. As a Catholic, and I speak for the Commission, we stand united, shoulder to shoulder, stronger than ever with the Israeli community, the Jewish community, everyone of faith, because what you're facing is something that we're facing. And there is no place for that type of hatred anywhere, not only in the city of Coral Gables, but throughout South Florida, in this country, or on this planet. So while in these moments when you feel the most alone, always remember that you're not. We in this community are blessed to have you as part of our community, and I count you as not only as a dear friend, but as a person who I lean on, along with Jonathan Fish and the other members of this community who lead us, along with you, sir, as members who guide us on a daily basis, provide the necessary wisdom and understanding of not only what's ahead of us, but what's behind us, which is critically important.
Thank you very much. Your support is very meaningful, especially at this time when the people in Israel, the Jewish people around the world, are going through some really trying times. And we are blessed to have the support of decent and good people around the world, and especially our rock-solid support here in Coral Gables. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless all of you.
You want to take a photo?
Yeah. Take a quick photo.